Today I'm going to be starting a 4-part series called Heaven, Hell, and Aliens, in which I make one giant map with 4 different layers: a hell layer, an earth layer, a heaven layer, and then a giant UFO hovering over everything. I was inspired to do this by the Reddit user WillyC1, who posted this picture of a floating town template on the Townscaper subreddit. So it shouldn't be possible to make a floating disk like this. The way the game is designed, all exterior corners have some kind of support beneath them, usually a thin iron column. And because almost every single shape that you can make in this game requires at least one external corner, because it has to have, a definite border, this is usually impossible. However, this Reddit user, WillyC1, has found a way to use the points where the grids connect with each other, so where the entire grid bends at once, and has linked those points together to create one single closed loop. I tried doing this on my own, finding my own closed loop where I didn't need to create any exterior corners, and I couldn't do it after like 20 minutes of searching, so definitely kudos to him for finding it. I will link the text that you can copy and paste into Townscaper to make this floating disk, and so you can try this out as well. So immediately when I saw this picture, I thought of a UFO hovering over a city, sucking people up, whatever, doing surgery on them. And then the second thing I thought of was heaven, earth, and hell. I thought it could be cool to do a map where I have a heaven layer on top, floating above an earth layer, which floats above a hell layer, and there's some kind of way of getting between the three. And then I realized I could just combine these two ideas into one mega idea, Heaven, Hell, and Aliens, where I have a hell layer on the bottom, a earth layer in the middle, heaven layer second to top, and then on top of everything, sucking everything up, is one big green UFO. So I'm going to be making 4 videos in which I create each of these layers over the next 4 days. So please subscribe and turn on post notifications if you want to see how the build turns out. So what I wanted to do first was make the disk higher. The disk in this template that was given by WillyC1 is too low. I think that if I want to build a hell layer underneath this disk, I need to have a pretty good amount of space to work with, because otherwise, just with the camera angle, it wouldn't be easy to see that layer. So what I'm doing in this video is just kind of rebuilding this disk, except one layer up, and also changing the color of it from green to kind of an earthy brown color. And the benefit of hell being on the bottom level is that I can have it kind of out to the side somewhere, so it doesn't have to be totally concentric with the rest of the board. Yeah, I'll have it in the kind of a cube down here. So let's make it red, typical hellish color. And we can make it basically one giant prison. I like the idea of heaven using this curve as its staircase. And so for hell, I think I could probably maybe have the staircase continue. Like if that's where the entrance to the staircase to heaven is, and it kind of spirals up like this, then the hell staircase should probably come down this direction. Or could it just be a big pit? Yeah, that could be cool. Now I don't love the fact that there's laundry on the on the pit to hell, but I can't really do anything about that. I could make the pit wider, but I kind of want to make it as small as possible so that it's kind of a discrete place where you might not go on purpose. And then this gap here gives me the idea to maybe make like a kind of river Styx type of thing. So I used to read, I'm sure a lot of people watching this used to read like the Percy Jackson books, where they had the Greek mythology where hell was in the underworld and there was a river going across and there was a boat going across the river the river Styx, and Karen was, driving the boat or whatever, and there's a bunch of miserable people on either side. So I'm going to make the banks of the river like this. These can be like where all the miserable people are waiting to get across. Let's see, and this one can go so like that, and then there's the river they have to cross, and then the entrance is on the other side. And then, so maybe the arch can be kind of tall, and it goes up like this, and the walls are shorter than the arch. Yeah, perfect. And then the walls can go all the way around. So the boats have to come in through the gate. Oh, perfect. And they come in. There's like a little harbor or something. Okay. And then maybe the boat has to leave, and it cycles back out at that edge. So maybe there can be another entrance there. There could be another mini little gate. And this gate's a more low-key thing, because it's basically just a service entrance for the little river boats. So I want there to be a lot of contrast between the earth area and the hell area. And so to do that, what I need to do is have lots of dark colors in general. So I think I want to avoid having roofs like this, and I should only go for the roofs that are these kind of ugly flat ones. And then to add kind of a dark component to the outside of the wall, if I make a cantilever edge on the outside, it'll add these black arches going down, which I think will look pretty cool, because they'll look kind of like just these really intimidating gothic black structures going around the outside. Now, should I have them going up on the third floor, from the third floor, or from the second floor? Do we even want the wall to be 3 floors? Yeah, I think from the second floor is good, because if it's the third floor, it'll kind of go almost all the, not almost all the way, but it'll go up too high, I think. And I kind of want to emphasize this distance here. I probably should have made the earth section higher. And then maybe I can make some cool towers on the outside that are just, they look kind of like water towers almost. Maybe they're guard towers? Yeah, they're guard towers. They go a little bit above the rest of the wall, but not super high. And then to be kind of intimidating, because that looks like a little cute cottage, we'll make them double height. Perfect. And then, so I think, oh yeah, because that's going to have boats go through it. Now what should be on the inside of this courtyard here? There really shouldn't be a whole lot to do, but I kind of want it to be something interesting and not just a big walled jail. Okay, how about just really, really bland dorms? I mean, it's kind of maybe lame that hell is just full of dorms, but whatever. Oh, like a maze. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it'll be a maze, so people will just get lost, and they'll be searching forever. I mean, this really isn't big enough to make a convincing maze that's actually difficult to get out of, but I can at least make it kind of confusing to some degree. Perfect. Okay, and that's the entrance over there. And maybe I can make the entrance a little bit smaller so I have more maze space. Oh, but I don't love how it's roofs, you know? I feel like it should look kind of more like a jail. So maybe if I connect them in weird spots, they'll turn into... How about all the ones that are on the wall? I can connect to the wall. And then the ones that aren't on the wall, I'll figure those out. Lots of dead ends. Yeah, hell should have lots of dead ends. Should be kind of not very easy to get around. Lots of little thin areas to go through. Just huge pains. Okay, perfect. That's depressing. Should the walls be higher? Yeah, let's make the walls higher just so it's darker. Maybe I can make some stairs in the maze too, just to make people climb stairs, because nobody really likes that. Every time I look at this map, I'm like, wow, this is not somewhere I want to be. And then I realize that's exactly how I'm supposed to be making it. And then yeah, let's do some more staircases. Just to make them climb. And then every once in a while, just a big pit. Now, what would be cool in this game is if you could enter your own city as a runner or something, and you could walk around, and I could try to make my way through my own maze. Yes. Then we can add some things on top, some features up there, so that you've got arches in the maze, just to make it feel a little bit more claustrophobic when you're in there. Also to make it harder to see how to get out of the maze from above. Oh, is this triple height right there? That's not good. Yeah, I gotta delete that third level. Because you can't be able to use the height of the walls as a landmark. As an indicator of where you are and where you've been. And then the entrance should be a series of arches, because that's the part that is going to be most visible from the outside, yeah. Where is the next one? There it is. I could put a shelf over the whole thing, just so it's totally pitch black inside the maze, but I kind of like the fact that you can see it from the top. Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay, and then I should have some kind of house for whoever I'm imagining lives there, like Hades or Satan or whoever is kind of the commander or whatever of hell. So I think that house should be on its own little island off of the rest of the area. And it can be symmetrical, just so it's nice and kind of evil looking. Maybe this can be like a staircase going up. An interior staircase, so you can't see it from the outside, but you can see how it spirals like this. And then at the top, there's a big tower, and that's kind of maybe where the person lives. Maybe you could have the maze extend around this, and so there's a big wall, so that the leader of the underworld, whoever's in there, kind of gets to look out over all the people in the maze, because they're just cruel. Yeah, so let's do that. Great. So I think that might be pretty much the end of the hell section. So what we have in this section is a big pit coming from this small hole on the earth level. You fall all the way down. I couldn't really remove these clotheslines, but that's okay. Maybe they're, who knows. And then you get to the bottom, and here is the river, kind of like the river Styx in ancient Greek mythology. While you wait for the boat to come and take you across into the gates of hell right here under this arch. You come in, there's like a little harbor right here where you will get off the boat, and then you will be in this maze for eternity. The maze is just super complicated. There's a lot of little staircases, a lot of different places you can get kind of tripped up in. Gotta go up and then down, and then there's little water features that you gotta kind of navigate around. There's, to get from this side to this side, you gotta go under into that kind of big puddle area that connects to the main water. There are arches. There's a lot of different features that will just kind of frustrate you and make you want to leave. And then right here, right in the center, is the big castle where, whoever is the kind of leader of hell, maybe that's Hades, like in Greek mythology, or Satan, or whatever mythological system you believe in, that is right in this castle right here, with a little moat around it. And then around the maze are these 4 towers, which are just to protect people from getting out. Not that they'd have anywhere to go, because it's just this big underworld ocean type of thing. But that's that. So that is the hell video. I'm going to be making 2 more parts to this series, so please subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you want to see the next sections of this build. As always, I hope you have a great day. Black Lives Matter, and I'll see you in the next video.